Hello and welcome to another episode of Geek Speak 2.0 for Monday the 23rd of May 2016. Now, jumping straight into the news, we have news that Michael Keaton is returning to the world of comic book movies. This time not with his Batman persona, but in Marvel, as it has been confirmed that he has agreed to sign on to the role, for an unconfirmed or as yet undecided role in the upcoming Spider-Man Homecoming. Although there's a lot of fan speculation that he may in fact have signed on to play the role of the Vulture. We also have news that Vincent D'Onofrio, who plays the Kingpin in the first two seasons of Daredevil, has also expressed interest in bringing his Kingpin character into the MCU in Spider-Man Homecoming, as the Kingpin was in fact originally a Spider-Man villain, with his first appearance being in Spider-Man number 40. A bit more Marvel news. They have announced that they are looking into filming the upcoming Black Panther movie on location in Africa. While the exact location hasn't yet been decided, the executive producer Nate Moore has revealed that they will be doing stage work in Atlanta and are investigating shooting in Africa. And last bit of quick news, a bit more Marvel news actually. Ron Perlman has stated his continued interest in playing Cable in the upcoming Deadpool 2 movie, as pretty much as soon as this character was announced for this movie, he threw his hat into the ring as a contender. However, recently Dolph Lundgren has expressed interest in playing the character, and in response to this, Perlman has posted on his Facebook page a couple of images, which I will put here and here, of a comparison between him, or a character he has played in the past, and the obvious physical appearance of the Cable character. And I personally think that he would be the best choice for the role, not only because of his phenomenal character work in other movies, but also because of his own physical resemblance of the character. I'm just wondering if they'll have the character carrying around that, the baby, which I believe was a baby Franklin Reed. I may be wrong about that, but, Franklin Richards, sorry. Again, I may be wrong about that, that infant being that particular character, but it would still be interesting to see if he carries around that infant character. Now, something a bit bigger that I want to talk about this week is Star Trek, which in recent years has seen somewhat of a resurgence thanks to the two reboot movies, and is in fact coming back in a much bigger way in the next 7 months or so, with a trailer dropping for Star Trek Beyond, the cinematic third movie, which is due out on the 22nd of July in America. I'll put some snippets of the trailer up here. And while this again deviates a bit from previous Star Trek canon, this movie will see the Enterprise halfway through its 5-year journey. It will introduce a new enemy on the fringes of Federation space, with an obvious grudge against the Federation, and we'll see the crew and Captain Kirk himself battling this new enemy without the use of their ship, as the trailer quite clearly shows it being destroyed, which I'm guessing would probably be very early on in the movie. Now, the other bit of big Star Trek upsurgence news is that the new Star Trek TV series, which is due out in January of next year on CBS and their streaming service, CBS All Access, has gotten a trailer. I will put some of the footage of the trailer up here, but it's honestly not much to sneeze at. But it's also not much to get excited over, showing a new logo, and that's really about it. This is literally just a teaser. I'm sure we may have more information on this in future, but for now, this is it, basically. And the last thing on my list today of interesting news topics is that last week I spoke a bit about a few new shows that were coming to air in the next season or 2 seasons. One of those that I missed due to there not being a whole lot of news about it, I can now announce as NBC's newest adaptation of a DC Comics property with the series Powerless, which is based in the DC universe. From what we can tell, it's not entirely fully connected to either the cinematic or the other CW DC universes, and will actually follow the character, or a character, played by Vanessa Hudgens, who is an insurance adjuster who specialises in regular people coverage against super battle damage. So basically she covers regular people like you or I against the damage caused by superheroes and supervillains while they fight. As anybody who's read comics will easily be able to attest, is normally massive amounts of damage from characters getting knocked into things, people using bits of buildings or cars as weapons, and even in the case of characters like, characters like Spider-Man, because this is a DC series, where they have to clean up maybe a bit of webbing, or in the case of someone like the Flash, they might have to defrost a room, or remove broken shards of mirror, or any general clean-up from the activities of these superpowered beings fighting each other. It looks, from what I've heard about it, it looks quite funny. I did try to get a trailer for you so I could show you guys some of it, but unfortunately, at the time of this recording, that trailer has been taken down by NBC. So I'll instead just put up the promo image, which should have been sitting up here most of the time I was talking, actually. And last, but certainly not least, the final thing I want to talk about is my recommendation for the week. And I know I didn't do one last week. I explained that because I wanted to get your opinions on what sort of genre or what medium you would like me to recommend something. This week I'm actually going to recommend the anime series Overlord. Now I'll put a bit of the trailer up here so you can see some of the animation style and some of the footage from the series. I personally find it a brilliant series, following in the similar gist to shows like Sword Art Online, and Hack Sign, or the pretty much anything in the .hack universe. Except this one is a character who stays online in his character while the server is getting shut down for good. And realising that he fell asleep with minutes to go, he wakes up afterwards and realises that he is no longer playing a character in this world. He is that character. And all of the computer-generated NPCs that his companions made have become real, living, breathing beings. Living for the most part, as there are a few undead among them. And he himself is undead, as you will probably have seen in the trailer here. I'm not sure if this series has been subbed or dubbed yet. It was only released in the previous anime season by Madhouse Entertainment, which is a brilliant studio. But I highly recommend it. I love this series. You can also buy the light novel that this anime was adapted from. I'll put a link to the Amazon page where you can buy an English copy of that series down below. And yeah, if any of you know if this series has been picked up for dubbing in America, let me know. I'd love to be able to share that with everyone. This is a brilliant series, and I cannot recommend this enough. It is brilliant. It is a bit dark at times, but it's just an outstanding anime that, quite frankly, I wish there was more of. Okay, that's all from us this week. If you'd like to get in touch with us to have a chat about any of these stories on today's episode, or just to suggest a topic that you would like us to investigate for you, or even to suggest us a medium that we can recommend something for you, whether it be book, game, anime, movie, TV show, whatever. We will have, obviously, the comments down below, but I'll also put a link to our Facebook, our Twitter, and our email in the description. So feel free to hit us up, and until next week, have a good one.